card or flip a page, or again, seeing repeating numbers and then paying attention to what those numbers mean for you, right? Look up the meaning, look at the definition, start getting really acclimated into and make the decision towards learning to trust your intuition. And just deciding to be more intuitive and to trust more of your intuitive knowing will turn it on for you immediately. And you'll realize it's always been there. It's just learning to see and to trust your intuition in a different way, right? This is what Jupiter in Cancer is asking us to step into. So, okay, let me go back to what the rest of this card says. Or you may be taking vigilance to an unhealthy extreme. The situation pictured on the card is appropriate at certain important junctures in the course of an endeavor, but you don't want to live this way permanently. You might drive others away and ultimately prevent the fulfillment of your own goals if you make defensiveness a way of life. This is also too about matters of security and homeland security and structures and how we feel safe. So what this card is saying with the 9 of Wands is it's okay to be somewhat protective, but not so much as where you're building a wall around you, right? And actually preventing people and things and situations to come to you because you're such in defensive mode, right? So it's learning the dance of learning to be intuitive, to trust your intuitive knowings and your own inner guidance, knowing when to be protective and knowing when to allow the energy to you. Again, it's a practice. It's learning how to practice trusting your intuition and knowing when it's safe and when it's not safe. And again, going out in nature first and foremost, she'll set the grid for what truth is, because being in nature is true truth. From what I've realized, there's a harmonic that only exists in nature, a very organic intelligence. And when you can tune into her more consistently, that's when you can tune into your own organic intelligence more consistently, right? So barefoot on the ground, observe nature, get off technology for a while and learn the dance, the difference between the harmonics and the frequencies. It's very powerful once you get into that space. So, for this particular Tarot of Dreams guidebook, this is the astrology of the moon in Sagittarius. It says, having invested so much time and energy into cultivating your dreams, the moon, you now go to extraordinary lengths to guard and protect your cherished goals, Sagittarius. So, you might also want to see where the moon is. We know that the moon is in Gemini today, getting ready to go into Cancer on the 25th. It's about to ingress into Gemini. And we know that Sagittarius energy is ruled by Jupiter. And we know Jupiter's in Cancer, right? So this is how I kind of put together the pieces of the puzzle when I'm doing my own astrological musings and tuning into my own intuitive nature about how to work with these energies and these transits. And it's going to be deeply individual to you. So, if you want to learn the symbols, if you want to learn more astrology, Western astrology, I offer a free PDF that I created for my community. You could just reach out to me, livzenastrology at Gmail, and I would love to send that to you. I can also send you a free copy of your birth chart. All I would need is your date of birth, your time of birth, AM or PM, and your location of birth, and I'd love to send that out to you as well. Again, this channel is about serving the community. It's about teaching consciousness using the language of astrology. So it's learning to becoming more fluid in cosmology, in astrology. And again, this channel does come from all as self. It's more of a metaphysical bent on consciousness and energy and spirituality. So again, if you're here, thank you so much for connecting to this content. And again, learning to trust your own intuitive nature. There are practices, there are ways to do it. And again, if you want to reach out to me to learn the astrological point of view on how to connect to your own sovereign knowing and intuitive nature, then I'd love to be able to support you in that way. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, community, for joining this live conversation. And please go out in this new moon on the 25th in Cancer. Do some sort of ritual, right? Really set the intention to activate your inner gnosis, your inner technology of your psychic abilities, whatever that may be for you. Again, I feel like this is a remembrance because Cancer rules the moon. So we are re-remembering the gifts we already came into in with this incarnation. And you can find that also in the birth chart by looking at the 12th house matters. So look to see if you have any planets in the 12th house. Also to see where your Saturn is, because Saturn is also your purpose. And I would also look to your South Node at gifts that you've already mastered, but also holds the shadow of what you've come to learn. So these are some astrological musings that wanted to come through today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. So much love to you. And enjoy this new moon and Cancer flow. It's going to be a powerful, powerful time. It already is, But if you set intention and you plant that new seed, the seed of intention, and especially if it's about expanding your spiritual gifts, then there will be great rewards at the end of this 12-month cycle as Jupiter ingresses into Cancer for 12 months till June of 2026. All right, family, thank you so much for being here. So much love. Mwah. See you next time. Bye.